Okay, welcome to the Hunter Review, boys and girls. Mostly just a person that I know I made this video for that starts with the letter N. Could have just watched a other person's video, but I'd rather you watch this because it makes me feel better myself. Hey! Anyways, we're going to be doing a a explanation on Hunter. Maybe help you a little bit since you just started this game a little bit ago. Week or two, three, while ago, whatever. I guess we just jump in right into it. Quick disclaimer, none of my abilities, none of your abilities will charge this fast, which I will be showing in a normal game of Crucible. I am on a special game type called Mayhem, and I reduce the ability and supercharge rate to 3 seconds, just so that it'd be easier to show you everything. So first off, we're going to be going over jumps. It's the fifth time I'm recording this because I kept on messing up everything. We'll be going over high jump. The jumps are very self-explanatory. High jump, you jump very high. You have bad directional control after jumping. It's essentially just a straight up. I'm not going to dwell on this too much because it's a jump. There's 3 of them. It's more of personal preference. Strafe jump. It's like high jump. You jump pretty high, but after you can go to the side pretty well. You can go forward, back. Pretty cool. High jump, but with directional control. And then we'll be going over everybody's favorite, the one that everybody uses because it's the best one in the game. Triple jump. I can't read. You jump 3 times. Pretty self-explanatory. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to dwell on this too much. It's a jump. Choose whichever one you like the most. Now we'll be going over supers. Every class in this game, whether it be Hunter, Titan, or Warlock, will have 3 different classes, subclasses. The Solar one, the Void one, and the Arc one. We'll be going over the Solar one first of the Hunter subclass, Gunslinger. We will be starting with the top tree. Explosive knife. Throw a knife from distance that explodes shortly after with this melee ability. Precision kills. Increase weapon reload speed for you and nearby allies. Called the Chains of Woe. Dead shot significantly improves your ability to hit with the golden gun, which is your super. And 6-shooter. Golden gun can be fired quickly up to 6 times. Refunds each bullet with each kill, which self-explanatory. You get a kill with a golden gun. Instead of having 5 bullets, you'll still have 6. But essentially, supercharged. Press your super button. You have it. You can shoot quickly. It's a 1 shot to the body in the Crucible. I don't know, it's pretty good for the Crucible. My favorite, personally. You can do it from the hip. You can do it aiming down sights. Very accurate. You have 100% air accuracy. You shoot it very fast. And quickly, we're going to be going over the melee ability. You shoot it, or not shoot, you throw a knife that explodes on impact. Pretty cool. That's about it. It doesn't one-shot anybody in the Crucible. Now we'll be going over the bottom tree, which is Way of the Sharpshooter. Knife Juggler. Throw a knife from a distance. Precision knife kills with its melee ability and immediately recharge it. Practice makes perfect. Enter a trance with each precision hit, reducing the cooldown of your super. Knife Juggler kills grant super energy. They tie in together. Crowd Pleaser enables precision damage with golden gun. Precision hits with golden gun generate orbs of light. Because with top tree, Way of the Outlaw, you're unable to hit precision hits. It's always going to be like to the body. even if you do hit them in the head. Now line them up. Precision hits with Golden Gun increase its damage and its duration. With Bottom Tree, Gunslinger, you're going to get 3 bullets that do very high damage. One-shot body shot in the Crucible, and you can one-shot headshot supers in the Crucible with this, as long as you hit them in the head. It lasts a decently long time. Most you can get in the Crucible is only 3 kills, obviously. But now your throwing knife. It's a knife. There's possibility this can one-shot headshot in the Crucible, but in PvE you can always have this active for like a small enemy like a Dreg or Thrall. You hit them in the head, you'll get it back instantly and get super back. Now we'll be going over Middle Tree, Gunslinger. Middle Tree, in order to get this you have to own either Forsaken or Shadowkeep to own Way of 1,000 Cuts. Blade Barrage. Vault in the air and unleash your Valley of Solar Charged Explosive Knives. That is your new super, essentially. Now your new melee ability is Knife Trick. Basically, you just throw knives, like 3 knives out of your hands, and they burn. It deals pretty good damage. Playing with fire, destroying, burning enemies recharges Knife Trick more quickly. So, let's say an enemy, we'll do this PvE. You hit 3 enemies with all 3 knives. If you kill all 3, you'll get ×3 playing with fire, and you'll get your Knife Trick back very, very fast. And you can keep on doing this. The Burning Edge. While enemies burn, your dodge ability recharges faster. And we will talk about that shortly. But this is your super. Probably one of the coolest solar supers in the game. Jump up. Look at that. Kills everything within that distance. You can spread it out. 1, 2, with 2 different volleys. If you can move your guy enough, as you can see. Very fun to use. Everybody hates you when you use it though, so toxic messages maybe. And then your melee ability, 3 knives. Pretty cool. Very interesting. And now, since this is talking about dodge, your class ability. Every class in this game has a grenade, a class ability, which is specific to that class, and then jumps and stuff. And then melee abilities, which are also specific to the subclass you're using. The class ability for the hunter is a dodge. The first dodge is marksman dodge. Dodge to perform an invasive maneuver with a steady hand. Dodging automatically reloads your weapons. Binds to whatever you have it for. So, if, let's say I shot, oh no, I shoot somebody, and then there's an enemy in front of me, but I can't reload my gun in time, I can dodge out of the way and it reloads my gun. Then I'm back to shooting. That's it, basically. It's pretty good. It's good at just dodging enemies in general, as well as reloading your gun. Very, very useful. Gambler's Dodge. Now this is interesting. Dodge to perform a deft tumble, avoiding enemy attacks. Dodging near enemies fully recharges your melee ability. With this one, when you use your melee ability, and you dodge near an enemy, you will get it back immediately. Fully charged. There's no enemies around I can test on. But that's how Gambler's Dodge works. And it has more of a real dodge effect. A lot easier to dodge enemies with it. Pretty fun. Hippity-hoppy little hunters hopping around, dodging your attacks. And now we will continue with grenades. Every class has 3 grenades. We'll be starting with Incendiary Grenades. A grenade that explosion catches enemies on fire. Pretty basic grenade. Throw the grenade whatever it's binded to. It will bounce off surfaces and explode, and will catch the enemy on fire when hit. Deals decent damage. Swarm Grenade, a grenade that detonates on impact, releasing multiple drones that seek nearby enemies. Now this is a very interesting grenade. I wouldn't recommend it in PvE. It's usable, not necessarily the best. When you throw it on the ground, it opens up a volley of trackers, and when an enemy comes near it or runs through it, they will track and hit the enemy. It will not one-shot them. No grenades can. But very interesting, such as, let's say, an enemy is coming, you're over here, and you're afraid that somebody will be on this side. Throw that in there, and if they'll have to come through this in order to get to you, and you can sit here, kill them, kill other enemies. Very good. And then for the final and third grenade, the last thing about the solar one, subclass for Hunter. Trip Mine Grenade, an explosive grenade that sticks to surfaces and detonates upon enemies who pass through their laser trigger. Kind of self-explanatory, but pretty interesting. You can stick it on walls when you throw it, and within that big red sight, when an enemy passes through it, it will damage them for a very large amount of damage. But an enemy, well, there's the explosion. An enemy can shoot it off like that. So be careful where you place it. But then again, as I was saying about this area, you don't want anybody to come to get you. Well, aiming down sights over here, place down a trip mine. That was embarrassing. I should kill myself for that. Place down a trip mine grenade here, and they'll have to run through this or shoot this to get through to you. And whether they shoot it or run through it, even if you don't know that they're there, it is a sound indication that somebody is here. If you have sound on. Now I will be going over the Void subclass, Night Stalker. Starting at, our jumps are the same for all three subclasses, as well as dodges, so I will not be going over those again. But supers are different. Snare Bomb. Throw a smoke bomb from a distance with this melee ability. The smoke bomb sticks to surfaces and detonates when enemies are near, slowing and disorienting them. And the disorient is terrible. It makes you scream black. Not fun. Keen Scout. Sprint and sneak faster, and gain an enhanced tracker. Tethered enemies are marked for easy tracking. Deadfall. The Void Anchors fired from Shadow Shot become traps and wait for prey. Void Anchors have increased range and last longer. Very interesting one here. Vanish Step. With dodging makes you vanish from sight for a short time. Very epic. First, we will go over the super ability. You can either jump up, or it doesn't matter what you do. Ignore that completely. Pretend I didn't do that. Use it, and then you shoot a bow that shoots a Void Anchor on the ground. When enemies come near this, they will be tethered. They will take extra damage and be way easier to kill, and they can barely move. Very easy to kill them. And if you do hit them on impact with this, it will also kill them. And if supers run into this, let's say there's a super coming your way over here, you jump up, shoot it here, they'll get caught in this, and it will get rid of their super. Their super will be gone. Also lasts for a very long time, unless I shoot it. Then it doesn't. Also, enemies can, like when it's like this, enemies can shoot it, and it'll go away faster. Now we'll go over melee ability. Put this down. See that little, you can see that little area in which enemies will come near, and it will explode, and it will disorient and blind them. Not fun, because your screen goes black and you're like slow. It's very not fun at all. And now, dodge. In this subclass, when you dodge, it makes you go invisible. So, dodge. You're invisible for a short time. Nobody can see you and you're off the tracker. Very good. Always fun. And now, we'll go over Bottom Tree Night Stalker. Vanish and Smoke. Throw a smoke bomb from a distance, making you and nearby allies invisible, and providing the Heart of the Pack buff. Heart of the Pack grants weapon haste and increases your mobility, recovery, and resilience for you and nearby allies. Lockdown. Grenade effect lasts twice as long, allowing for strong territorial control and increased damage potential. Combat Provision. Damaging enemies with Damaging enemies with grenades. Grants melee ability energy, making allies invisible. Grants melee. Grant melee. Again, forgive me for my speech. Making allies invisible grants grenade energy. Mobius Quiver. Fire Shadow Shot multiple times in rapid succession. Shadow Shot deals massive damage against tethered enemies. Defeating tethered enemies creates orbs of light and grants nearby allies the Heart of the Pack buff. In this one, you can shoot your Shadow Shot multiple times, and they all will kill on impact. And all use the tether, same thing, it just lasts not nearly as long. Melee ability. Put that down, and if there's enemies or teammates or you nearby, you will go invisible, and it lasts longer than the dodge for going invisible does. Go invisible. You have the Heart of the Pack buff and Vanish and Smoke for 6-ish seconds. Very nice. And you have Heart of the Pack buff for a lot longer. And you can reset it like this. Heart of the Pack times 2. Vanish and Smoke. Very, very good. They're all good perks to have. And it stacks. Heart of the Pack times 3. But in a normal game, you will not be able to throw your smoke down this much, so you won't be able to get Heart of the Pack times 3 this easily. It'll be a lot harder. You can get Heart of the Pack times 3 by doing this. That works. Pretty much nothing affects the dodge in this subclass either. Does increase reload and ready speed. Actually, and ready speed. Pretty epic. Okay. Now we're going over Middle Tree. Middle Tree Night Stalker. Spectral Blades. Probably the coolest looking one in the entire game. For Hunter anyways. Summons a pair of deadly void blades and stalk the battlefield in a veil of shadows. Press whatever your button is for attack to form a quick melee attack. Press that button to form a heavy attack. And once again vanish from sight. Corrosive Smoke. Throw smoke bomb from a distance with this melee ability. The smoke bomb slows enemies and damages them over time. Very, very good. While crouched, precision kills grant invisibility, and true sight increase melee range. After performing a flawless execution, your melee attacks weaken enemies. The weaken effect reduces, or it increases your damage by 30%. Very good. Spectral Blades. You're invisible. You walk around. You're fast. You attack. And then if you do a heavy attack, you're invisible again. It's very cool. And then your smoke bomb is a poison smoke bomb. It poisons enemies inside for a little bit. Very fun. One of my favorite subclasses to use. Look at that. Purple boy. Alright. And now to go over grenades for the Void subclass. Night Stalker. Start off with what I threw earlier. Void Wall Grenade, a grenade that creates a horizontal wall of burning void light. Throw down the grenade, as you saw earlier, because I'm dumb, and it makes a wall of void fire. Enemies that go through it will burn to death. It's a very, very good grenade. Even better than Trip Mine for holding down areas, I'd say. Just put that there. What are they gonna do? Burn? Sounds like fun. I don't feel like burning to death. I don't know about you. And then we'll have spike grenades. It's essentially like the Trip Mine grenade and how it works, but it has a huge radius in which it damages enemies. If you are good with your placements, like let's say you damage somebody and they're waiting behind like this wall here, trying to heal themselves or waiting to get healed, place down a Void Wall grenade, they are dead. Very dead. Very good times. Void Wall grenade, that's not a Void. I'm so stupid. That's not a Void Wall grenade, that's a spike grenade. Vortex grenade. Very cool grenade. Throw it down, has a big radius, you can kind of see it, in which it will damage enemies over time. Not the best for Crucible. It also can hold down areas. I mean, you don't want to walk through that, you will die. For me, it all comes down to personal preference. Personally, what's the best? Next subclass. Arc Strider. We'll be going over the top tree first. Combination Blow. Kill an enemy with its melee ability to trigger health regeneration and increase your melee damage temporarily. Stacks it at 3 times. Combat Flow. Melee kills recharge your dodge ability. This all correlates with each other into where you get a Combination Blow kill. It recharges your dodge ability. You use Gambler's Dodge to get your melee ability back immediately. Then you kill somebody else with Combination Blow, and then you Gambler Dodge again, and you keeps on going and going and going. Way better in PvE than it is in PvP. It's a lot harder to pull off in PvP. Dodging increases your melee range, allowing you to dodge farther to strike enemies. So, also goes well with Combination Blow and Gambler's Dodge. Lethal Current. After dodging, each arc staff hits creates a damaging lightning aftershock. You'll see that when I use it. Arc Staff. Run around with the Arc Staff, and then you dodge. Lethal Current. See that shock it throws? And then when Lethal Current isn't active, actually still is kind of shock, but not as much. Pretty good in Combination Blow. I can't really show you this melee ability. There has to be enemies around to show you. Arc Staff is one of the... well, they're all pretty good supers for Hunter. It's one of the supers that do not like to die. They are very tough to kill. Now, we will go over Bottom Tree. Disorienting Blow. Strike the enemy with its melee ability to disorient the target and nearby enemies. It's like the same thing as the Smoke Bomb in Night Stalker. It'll make your screen go black or white. Haven't used Hunter in a while. Don't exactly remember. Aren't I a good YouTuber at this? I'm professional. I have 2 subscribers. Sprinting recharges your dodge ability. Increased maximum sprint speed. Very good perk. Very good. While critically wounded, melee and grenade recharge, distract, recharge, distract. When critically wounded, you recharge your stuff faster. Very, very good. You're hard to kill while dodging. Just basic stuff. Hard to kill. As you can see, when dodging, you're hard to kill. You have that like white, blue aura around you. So when you dodge, you have the white thing around you as well. Same thing. And Disorienting Blow, the enemies to show you. bit on a time crunch right now, so I'm going to show you Middle Tree really quickly. It's essentially all of it. I never use this because I don't use Hunter. But, as you can see here, melee, increase reload speed. Hit target with arc ability to electrify them. Meleeing electrified enemies destroys them and grants everything energy. Cool thing about this one, when you do this, you deflect stuff. Very good, like a Nova Bomb from Warlock. It's awesome. Now your melee ability, when running, and then you slide, and then use your melee, it does that really cool thing. It's very awesome. This is a hated among many, because you can triple jump while spinning with this, and nobody likes you. Very fun though. It's all fun and games until you get hate mail. It's all fun and games till Jaw start spinning an arc staff. Also, Middle Tree. Also, you require either Forsaken or Shadowkeep to own. We're going over grenades. Arc bolt grenade. A grenade that changes lightning bolts to nearby enemies. Throw a grenade down. That little radius that it like goes over, it will zap enemies. It can zap multiple enemies at once. Very, very good. And now, Flux Grenade, an explosive grenade that attaches to enemies. It's just a sticky bomb. I can't really show you that it attaches to enemies. Very good. Very good. Have the right perks on. It may one-shot. But you have to have the right perks again. Any grenade can one-shot if you have the right perks. Skip Grenade. This is one of my favorites. I'm just going to show you and explain it as I go. Throw the grenade down. It splits up into those. And they will seek enemies out. So let's say there's an enemy way over there. And you know he's there. But you don't want to go over there because you're scared. You're a wimp because you're a hunter. You go over, skip grenade, damages him. Then you can go over with like a shotgun like all you hunters do. And then bam, 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 death. Yep. Shot. Pretty good. Anyways, everybody. Oh, it's also same jumps, same everything for that. That was my in-depth guide on Hunter. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you want me to do more Destiny content. I have a bad mic because I'm using my Xbox headset. I'll see all you dudes in the next video. Play the Jacksepticeye outro music. Okay. Anyways, that was actually the end of it for now. I will go over all the other subclasses in due time, as well as inventory, triumphs, collections, clan, as you see up there, as well as everything needed. Have questions, comment. If you find this video, and if you've gone this long, if you find this video and are not my personal friend, I'm sorry that you watched this. Why would you watch this all the way through? There's better people to watch. But thank you, and goodbye.